So the two building blocks that we have discussed in the previous lecture was it is a raised to power n, and where n is greater than equal to 0. And the second one was a raised to power a plus b raised to power star. Okay, so it is again the same thing. You can also write it as a raised to power star, and you can also write this one as a plus b raised to power n, where n is greater than equal to 0. Keep that in mind. If you are denoting a regular expression by a star, it just means that n is greater than equal to 0. You cannot write n is greater than 0. Keep that in mind. Or you cannot write n is greater than equal to 1. If you want to write greater than equal to 1, so you have to denote a plus b raised to power plus. Keep that in mind. Okay. So now, if you remember that what kind of a language it extracts single a, sorry, epsilon also in that one, and also there is a single a and any number of a's. Okay, so that derives this one. And the second, this language is any number of a's and b's in any direction. Okay, it can be a single a, it can be a single b, it can be epsilon also. After a any number of b's can come, and after b any number of a's can also come. So that pattern is there. Keep that in mind. Okay, so it almost generate every possible combination of a and b in any direction. Keep that in mind. And now how to write a particular grammar towards that? Oh, keep that in mind, because most of the expression will contain something like e raised to power n or something like b raised to power n. So its pattern is most commonly used. This type of grammar is most commonly used in the question. Okay, in the similar way, many questions just contains this term as a plus b star in the end or in the starting or in the middle. So the grammar that is generated from it, it will be extensively used in many regular expressions or in many grammars. Okay, so first of all, before telling you about the grammar, keep that in mind that this is of language 1 and this is a language 2. So what exactly is a grammar? A grammar is something that follows these four tuple properties. Okay, so VTPS, if you remember, V is your non-terminal, T is your terminal, P is your production rules, and S is your start symbol. Okay, so every language has a corresponding grammar. Do not mistake that there is only a one key grammar for that. There is only one grammar that governs or the rules of every language. There is no exactly one grammar. So for every language, then like for this language there will be a grammar, for this language there will be a grammar G2. Okay, keep that in mind. Do not think that if you are taking the analogy as literal, like English grammar. So for English language, English grammar is fine, but in TOC there are many languages. Okay, so for every language there will be a particular grammar for that language. Okay, so don't confuse it like that. Okay, so now this grammar contains a set of the rules such that they will only derive the strings that is defined in the language. Okay, so that is the beauty of the grammar that is attached to a particular language, that this grammar contains a set of rules that is called your production rules, that make sure that your grammar generate only those strings that is defined in the language. Okay, so that is why this is the generating point. So that is why this is called the generator, because it generates a particular language. And every grammar can generate any language. It can be any language. It depends upon the rules that you are defining. Okay, so now a raised to power n, so keep that in mind. It can be because if you write a syntax tree, it can be syntax tree or a parsing tree can be like this. As if I just start with the starting symbol, it can be S and A. Now what it denotes that S can be repeat any number of times, S can repeat any number of times, and A is always there. Okay, so A is always there. So, but because S is a capital letter, it means it is a terminal, it is a non-terminal. So when you are doing a parsing of the tree, you cannot stop at a terminal. So this is an error for a compiler. So what do you do? How to eliminate this S? You replace this S by a non-terminal. So that non-terminal is your epsilon, in this case, epsilon or lambda. Okay, so similar expression can also be written like this, S equal to AS, and there is a lambda here. Okay, keep that in mind. This is a terminal. Okay, so the terminal symbols are those symbols that are your leaf nodes. Okay, so terminal or leaf node, if you have studied in data structure, terminal nodes or leaf nodes are one and the same thing, terminal node or leaf node. So keep that in mind. This kind of analogy, this kind of term is also used in data structure. So because in interviews, many will give that the terminal nodes are 4 and the non-terminal nodes are 5, and what exactly will be the number of children in a tree. So that kind of a questions is asked in interview. In a similar way, so terminal node, sometimes they will use terminal node or sometimes they will use a leaf node. So most of the students will get confused at what is a terminal node. So terminal and leaf node is one and the same thing. Do not get confused by it. Okay. So when you are parsing a tree, it will always look for a terminal symbol. If it find a terminal symbol, it will parse it. It will parse it successfully. If it does not find a terminal symbol, it will throw you an error. Okay. So at the end of the tree, there should always be a terminal node, and that terminal node will always be a small letter. Okay. Why it is a small letter? Because every string, if you are seeing in language, every string is containing a small letter. That is why most commonly the terminal node is referred to as a small letters, and the non-terminal nodes are referred to as a capital letters. Okay, so this is a non-terminal symbol. That is why it is capital in nature. Okay, so it is most commonly used terminology, but you cannot fix it. So sometimes in a question they can reverse this terminology also. So to keep that in mind, it is most generally used terminology, but it is not defined anywhere that all letter will be a non-terminal symbol and always the small letter will be a non-terminal symbol. Okay, so keep always a small letter will be a terminal symbol. Keep that in mind, but must but it will be most honestly that I have not seen any kind of a question that the terminal in that question that terminal node is denoted by a capital letter. So it will, but it is not written there. So keep that scenario in mind that it can also happen. So always look for that in a question, that if they're defining the terminal node as capital letter, so you have to look for it. Okay. So now this can be denoted as this, and keep that in mind that there is no compulsion regarding the variables here. Okay, so if you are using a S, it can also be A here, B here, C here, D here, anything. So if you denote a, so it will be a small a. Okay, so it is just promising you endless tree whenever you want to generate any number of a's. If you do not want to generate a, you can directly go from a to epsilon. Okay, so it is just a is also tending towards epsilon. So this slash means or. Keep that in mind. This slash means or. Okay, so again you can by taking a variable you can write it like this: a epsilon or a lambda. Keep that in mind. Okay, so now in the similar way, for this one, a plus b raised to power star or a plus b raised to power n, you can also write a similar grammar, because if you're seeing uh, exactly it can be denoted like a raised to power n plus b raised to power n. So some kind of a structure that is already defined here will also be used here. Okay, so if you remember the regular identities, a plus b star can also be written like uh, a star plus b star raised to power a star. So it just means it is just confirming you that that a can be repeated any number of times, b can be repeated in any number of times, and this stars ensure that there is no compulsion on the order that when does this b come and when does this a come. So that is the thing. Okay, so if you do not write the star, it also means the similar thing, but it will make our job easier, because we have already derived a raised to power n here. Okay, so now it is just always it's a common practice to always start with a star symbol. So if I want to denote a star, it can be denoted as as. Keep that in mind, because this is their as. And after that, if you want to denote a b star, so just write a b and then s. And because this is a star here, because then it means that there is also epsilon can also come in that. Okay, so that is why you include a epsilon or a lambda. Okay, so that is a very simple grammar to understand. So most of you will be thinking that if I have defined this a as and b as, it means that the order is always that a should be followed by a b, and that b should be followed by a will not come. That is not the case, because this is or. Okay, so due to this or, you can take this A or you can take this B at any point of time. Okay, so if you're seeing this one, this is also OR. So that is the reason we can take any number, any B or any A, and this is raised to power a star. So star means it can be a epsilon also. Okay, so if I draw a syntax tree, it will, if you want a single B, so you just go with S raised to power a BS. And after B, if you want a A, you can again, S is again tending to AS. Okay, so S is again tending to AS. Again, if you want to stop it, so how can you stop it? So replace this non-terminal with a terminal, that is your epsilon. Okay, so now you parse the tree from top to bottom, left to right, you will get a B here. Top to bottom, left to right, you will get a E here. So after B, A is also possible, and the end epsilon is also there. So the length of epsilon is 0, so you can denote this BA epsilon as BA. Okay, so that two things are the most important grammars, because they are most extensively used in many other expression. Okay, so most of you, the expression, if you have seen, if you just, I give a little bit of a revision there. Okay, so if you have seen, this is at most two strings. In that one, if you write a regular expression, it will be very easy for you to write a grammar. But if you do not want to write it, just if after some practice of this grammar question, I think you will easily understand how to derive everything. Okay, so for starting, just I prefer that you write a regular expression. It will be very easy for you. Okay, so for, if you are seeing there, the same expression, a plus b plus epsilon, a plus b plus epsilon is given here. Okay, so this is one length and this is second length, and you can replace this a plus b plus epsilon by a variable name a, because this is a plus b plus epsilon is equal to, you are denoting that this is equal to a plus b plus epsilon. In the similar way, the similar thing is written here, so that is why it is also a. Okay, so start with the start symbol as equal to a, and what exactly is inside a, you just write it. It is either a or b or epsilon. Okay, so if you write a regular expression, it will be very easy for you to write a grammar. If you do not want to write it, it will take a little bit of time, but it can happen. Okay, so I prefer that if you are starting, always try to write a regular expression, because we have done plenty of question, and I think you can easily write a regular expression of previous question. Okay, so if I just continue with that we have done this question, start with the state similar symbols, or start with a easy one, start with the 0 and end with 1. Okay, so just try to write okay, so just I write a regular expression if you do not remember. So I think this is the sixth question. 5 question we have done earlier, and it will starting with 0. In between, any number of A's and any number of B's can come. After that, there will be art is ending with 1 here. Okay, so no, again you see that this is again A plus B star here. So that kind of thing is always, that is why I am calling this a building block, because it is most probably used in many other languages. Okay, so just try to write the grammar. It will be very beneficial if you try it, and I will tell you the solution in like 2-3 minutes. Okay, you just try it yourself first, and post your screenshot. Okay. Okay, absolutely correct. Correct grammar by Sparsh. Absolutely correct. Okay, so well done. So what you do, you just start with the start symbol. It can be anything. It can be A, B, C, but I always prefer a start symbol with S. So there is no compulsion that you use S. It can be anything. Okay. So because we are starting with a zero, so write this one as zero and replace it with another variable A, B, C, D, whatever you prefer. So I replace it with another variable that is my A, and it is ending with one, so I write one in the end. Okay, so just see, is there epsilon in the language? I don't think there is epsilon in the language because the smallest string will be 0 1, so there is no epsilon in the language, so you do not write a epsilon in the starting production. Keep that in mind. Now what exactly is A here? So A is your the same thing that you have already done, that if you are just go to the construction of this grammar, that is s equal to as and bs and then epsilon. Okay, so s equal to as. Now this, see the variable here it is s, here it is s, and then for b it is then in the right hand side it is s. Okay, so you can also inverse the order. You can also write it like this one. So it is also one and the same thing as a uh, SB and then epsilon. Okay, it is one and the same thing. Okay, so do, because we have already discussed it in this question, that A raised to power n building block. Okay, so what do? You just take this A and you write, if you want a number of zeros, so you write 0 A. So you will get any number of zeros from this one, and if you want any number of ones, you write 0 sorry 1 A. Okay, so in the end you want, because this is raised to power star, in the end you want a epsilon. Okay, so this is the corresponding grammar that is pertaining to this question. Okay, so if you have any doubt you can ask me in the same way. Varun, I don't think that epsilon will be a part of the language, because if you're seeing that the smallest string that is possible from this language will be that is starting with 0 and ending with 1. Okay, so epsilon will not be a part of the language. I think Brijesh has also given us another language. Just let me see. S tends to 0 0, S1 and 0 1, S1 and then 0 1. Okay, so the smallest string is absolutely that is possible. And then what exactly is happening? 0 0 S1. Why it is two zeros? Okay, so just let me see. Uh, why it is two zeros? Okay, so it is starting with the 0 and ending with 1. So from this language, I cannot derive a string. 0. Okay, so it is already there. So I give you a string like 0. From that one you can get a s. Okay, okay, so just let me see, that is a good grammar. But why it is a 0 here? Okay, so it is starting with 0 and ending with 1, starting with 0. So there is extra 1 s here and starting with 0, and this is extra 0 here. Okay, so it is for that scenario, that where 0 and 1 does not contain anything, it is already defined here. Okay, so if I just go with this one, so s will be 0 0 s1, and then s will be 0 0 s1. So what kind of strings are generating? 0 0, then 0 0, and for s, how to stop it? So it will be stopped by a 0 1. So the strings will be 0 0 0 0 0 0, yeah, and then 0 1 1 1. Okay, so I think there is a little bit of a problem with that. Just let me see what kind of a string is not generated from this grammar. It will be so the smallest string, it is 0 1, and then so 0 0 1 is not a part of the language. Okay, so let me see. 0 0 s1. Okay, so if you write 0 0 s1 here, you have to do this as a terminal one. Okay, so if you write 0 1 here, now the language will be 0 0 0 1 1. Okay, so this 0 0 1 is also starting and ending, starting with 0 and ending with 1, but it is not a part of but it is not the string that is generated by this grammar. Okay, so that is why you cannot write this grammar as available. Okay, so just little bit of tweaking, but I think that you are on the correct path. But if you do this like this with the using of variable, it will be very easy for you. If you try to write everything in a one line, it will be very difficult. I tell you, it is not possible to write it in a, it is not impossible to write it in a one line, but it will be very difficult for you. But I prefer that you always try to take a variable and take this a step further. That will be a very elegant way to write a grammar. Okay. So again, this why this is not correct, because it is not generating 001. You will be thinking that what I'll do, I will try to write a epsilon here. If you try to write a epsilon here, you will again write a slash here and include epsilon. But if you include epsilon, that it means that this is also start generating a epsilon in the language, but absolutely there is no epsilon in the language. So don't think that you will do simply write a epsilon in that. So if you're thinking because if in the starting symbol you write a epsilon, it definitely means that the epsilon is a part of the language. Okay, so because from the starting symbol, so this, the grammar will always start from s. If you are able to reach a epsilon from the starting symbol, it means that epsilon is in the language. That is first thing. Okay, but if you go ahead and write epsilon in further production rules, there is no meaning. There is no kind of a meaning that it will be a part of the language, or it will not be a part of the language. See, suppose if I just writing this one and write this as A01. Now if you're seeing 01 will always be a part of the language, and if you are uh, substituting the value of a as epsilon, so there is no effect on that. 01 will be a part of the language. Okay, so if you are directly writing epsilon here, it means as tends to epsilon. So it means as epsilon is also generated by the string. Keep that in mind, but there is no compulsion. You can also generate a epsilon if epsilon is not defined in the starting symbol. Like if you can do this 01A like this one a single a, and that single a is tending to epsilon. Okay, so you can also do this. So s can tend to a and a can tend to epsilon. Okay, so there is no, do not think that if epsilon is not in the starting symbol, it is not a part of the language. Okay, but if the epsilon is in the starting symbol, it will always be a part of the language. Keep that in mind. It's a very important point that you will see these points on your own when you're doing enough practice. Okay, so these points are not written in any book. If you are doing enough practice, you can easily able to deduce that kind of a point. Okay, so if I write this point, if epsilon is in starting symbol, starting s, it will be a part of the language. Okay, so if epsilon is not in starting s, it may or may not be a part of the language. Okay, so I've shown you the example. For this one, refer to this example. Okay, so for this one, refer to this example. For this one, refer to this example. Okay, so this is your one and this is your two. Okay, so don't think that if epsilon is not in the starting language, it will not be a part of the language. It can also happen something in cases like this. But if it is a part of, it is starting, if it is in the starting symbol, it will always be a part of the language. Okay, so if you have any other kind of doubt, just let me see. Okay, so I think now if you have understood this one, I think now you can do the question. If I journalize it, we have already done it. Start and end with the same symbol and start and end with different symbol. Okay, so just write it, the grammar for this one, start and end with different symbol. Now first do it. So in different symbol, I don't think there is epsilon in the language. Okay, so because for you just go with 01 or AB, you can go with anyone. So just go with the input alphabet AB, which it will be, because we have already done it in AB, so that will be easy for you. So it is starting. If it is starting with A, anything can come in between. It will end with B. Or if it is starting with B, anything can come in between and it is ending with A. Okay, so there is epsilon in that one? No, there is not epsilon, because epsilon is starting and ending with epsilon. It is ending, starting and ending with the same symbol. So keep that in mind. Epsilon will not be a part of this language. Okay, so just try to write it. I think you are getting my point here. It is very easy if you write a regular expression to write a grammar. It is very easy. So everything is connected somehow. Okay, so just try it. Okay, absolutely right grammar given by Prachi, I think. Yeah. Sorry, I think by Brijesh. Prachi, I think you have only used okay. So there is a little bit of a mistake here because there is no non-terminal symbols used in your grammar. Okay, so only first of all, you cannot write if you're writing a regular grammar, you cannot at the left hand side there should always be a terminal, a non-terminal symbol. Okay, so it will always be a capital letter. Okay, so in the all of the grammar, if you're seeing the left side of it, there is always a capital letter. Okay, so there are categories of different grammars that define that whether there will be a capital letter or a small letter. But if we are discussing about regular grammars, it will always be capital letters at the left hand side. Keep that in mind. Okay, so I think Brijesh has absolutely correct. Brijesh has written absolutely correct, and Varun has also given the grammar as absolutely correct. Okay, so again the grammar that we have defined earlier, it is the stepping stone of this one. Okay, so because we have then done the grammar that it is starting with the a and ending with the b. Okay, so if it is starting with the a, ending with the b, it is just starting with a, ending with b, starting with b, ending with a. So what you do, you just start with the start with the start symbol, and it will be starting with the a. Then there is another variable a, so you write a here, you write a b here, b, c, anything, you can use anything. So write a, and then a small b, and then they do a slash here because it is also a part, because there is a or here, and then starting with b, then another variable, and then there is a. Okay, so now you know how to define these. Okay, so do not think that you can define a slash b equal to, do not use this. Or in the left hand side, there will always be a one non-terminal in case of regular grammars. In case of regular grammars, I will tell you about the rules in case of every grammar, because if I'm talking about in unrestricted grammar, there can be any number of things in the left hand side. Okay, so I'm only talking about regular grammar because we have started with the regular grammars, and I'm again my focus is right here on the regular grammar. Okay, so now what you do, now take this a, take the symbol, that both of the things will be the same in both of the cases. Okay, so if you define a you will go like this. Okay, so I don't think that there is another variable. You want to use another variable because this is a plus b star and this is also a plus b star. So use a here. Okay, so it will be very beneficial to you if you use a here. But you can do this in another way. I will tell you another way. So a is what? A is your again some same a small a, b greater a, and there is epsilon. Okay, so you can do this. This is correct. But if there is a plus b star already there, and in the expression there is another a plus b star, so use the same variable. Why would you use another variable? But if you want to use another variable, it is also possible. Okay, so it will be a b, and then there will be a b b a. So for this a, you will define a b a, and then epsilon. For this b, there will be a sorry, bb, and then b small greater than b, and then this is there. Okay, so that is also correct, that is not wrong. But if there is only thus a plus b star and a plus b star is given already in the regular expression, why use different variables? So I think that is the correct one, and keep that in mind. There is no compulsion that your grammar will be smaller, and then there is a minimization of grammar. There is no kind of a rule exist in it. So this is also correct. If you write this grammar, I cannot say that this is wrong because it is defining one in the same thing. Because for this one again, a plus b star is defined in this one, and for this one a plus b star is again defined here. So both of them are correct. I cannot deduct your marks that you have written a longer grammar, because there is no compulsion in the case of grammars that your grammar should be small or your grammar should be big. So it is just the compulsion that it should define all the strings that is defined in the language. Okay, so that is why it's the rules. These production rules define the strings that will be a part of the language. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now we already know what the language is, and we are doing a little bit of we are reverse engineering the grammar. Okay, so that is how you will able to write a grammar, because most probably in the question you will find, yeah, that a particular grammar is given to you, and you have to write a language according to that. So I find that it is very easy to, from a language you can go to the grammar, but from a grammar you have to derive a particular length of particular strings like ab, and you have to see the pattern, that what exactly the pattern is, and then you have to say what exactly is the language. Okay, so I think if you go by this, both of these things will be very easy things for you. If I give you a grammar, you can again see that how this derivation, because if you see the pattern here, by seeing the only pattern this one, you can easily say it is starting from a, it is starting ending with b. And if you see the pattern of b, you know that this is a plus b star. Okay, so derivation from the grammar to a language is very easy one. So that is why I prefer that you should start with the language and go towards the grammar. You will know the underlying concepts of it. Okay, so now this already we have done. No, okay, so in eighth question you would do that start and end with same symbol. Okay, so I think that most of you will do a little bit of a mistake here, I know, but just try it. I know there most of you will do a little bit of a mistake. That one thing that you will always forget in. Okay, so just try it and tell me what will be the grammar here. Okay. Yeah, absolutely right answer by Sparsh. I think he also avoided the mistake that I'm talking about. That we always forget about the A, B, and epsilon here. Okay, so most of you will always forget about the A, B, and epsilon here. If you see here, the grammar that is given by Sparsh is if I write the regular expression here, it is starting with A, and in between anything can come, and it is ending with A in the similar way. It is starting with B. In between anything can come. It is ending with B also. Plus. There is a single A. There is a single B, and epsilon is also a part of this language. Okay. So most of you will be forgetting about this stuff, that A plus B plus epsilon is also a part of the language. Okay. So now how you write it? The writing of the symbol is same. There is no doubt about it. So it will be starting from this one, and it is ending starting with A and ending with A. In the similar way, it is starting with B and ending with B. In the similar way, there will be this is a part of the language. So you just write it A, B, and epsilon. Okay, so that finished. Now just define A here. So A is A, and then there is a BA, and then there is a epsilon. Okay, so that is why I told you that A plus B star is mostly used in the question. So it will be very easy if you understand how it is written. Okay, so if you understand it, it will be very easy. Okay, so I think Chirag has written this language in another way. Prachi has also written this language. So just let me see. Prachi has written. Okay, so this is the correct answer. So first of all, this is the correct answer. So if you want to note it, you can note it. So just let me see other people languages also. Okay, so S equal to A B S B. Okay, so I think that seems also correct. Just let me see A B, and then there is a AS, and then there is a BS, and then there is a epsilon. Okay, so it means that A, B, and epsilon is a part of the language. So AS and BS denotes that there is A star and there is a B star here. ASA and BSA. Okay, so just let me draw a table here. I think it is Prachi has tried to do everything in one step. Okay, so just let me see. I think that seems correct. Just let me verify it. Okay, so ASA, it means I can also write B as B from this S, and then how to stop it? I can stop it like this. Okay, it is starting with the A, ending with A also. Yeah, absolutely. And if I do smallest one is AA, so that is also possible. And if I do A star, so it is starting with A and it will always end with B. Yeah, absolutely correct. And if it is starting with B, it is always ending with B also. Okay, so that is also correct. No, there is a problem. If it is starting with the B, I think I can end it with A, because if you see, S is also tending towards A. Okay, so from this one, BA is also a part of the string is generated by this. So this will not be a part of the language, because if it is starting with B, it should end with B. So that is why I always prefer this one to be okay. So I think is this thing is possible here. Just let me see. If you are starting with A, for this A, you have to write a AA and that A. Okay, so this is not possible here because I have taken it to the next step. But if you define everything in the one step, there will always be a problem. So that is why I will always prefer that you write in 2 or 3 steps. Then the problem is solved in many times. Okay, so
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Sir, if we remove AS and BS from the following grammar, then I think it might work.
It might work, but yeah, I think you are correct. If I remove this one, so it will be ESA, and you will get AA, smallest one. So AB you can get from AS, then there is a A. Yeah, absolutely. I think just let me see if there is anything that I'm missing here. If it is starting with A, ending with A, starting with A, ending with B, there is no possible chance that it will end with B. Okay, so that can happen if I just do this from S, if I derive BSB. Okay, so again, it is starting with A, and the string will be AB.
No, sir. Sir, I meant if you remove that AS and BS, not AB.
Okay. So if I remove AS and BS, but then there is also another problem arises, that A star and B star is not there. Okay, so AB and epsilon. Okay, so I think that the possible string will only be uh, ASB. So that is a very good grammar. So just let me sorry. ASA, After that, BSB. Okay, so it is starting with A, ending with A. Absolutely correct. But four A's. Okay, so this kind of a string, it is also starting with A, ending with A. So it is not a part of this language. Let me see. ASA, but yeah, it is a part of the language. So I'm wrong about that. Yeah, four A's are also possible. What kind of a problem is there? There is no A's plus B star here. Just let me see how will it fit here. So it will, that string that will not be generated is gonna be this one, A, B, A, then A. Okay, so just let me see if it is possible, ASA. So you have to take a little bit of a hit and trial to see if it is everything is possible or not. Okay, so I want another A, so I will put another ASA, and then I want another B, so it will be a BSB. Okay, so now if you're seeing that there is extra B with everyone, but if I want to stop it, so I can stop it, but yeah, I can stop it. Okay, so if I do here a single B, so it will be, yeah, A, but I think if I unbalance this equation as this one, A, B, A, 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 this is not possible. Okay, so just let me see if it is possible or not. So S, I want AB. So for A, I will go with this one, A, and then I want a B. Okay, so how can I get a B? If I directly write a B, so the whole expression will be stopped. I will get a B from this one. Okay, so just wait for a minute. Just let me. Hello. Sorry for that. And if you're saying, I think A, B, if I want a B, I can get a B from here. But if I get a B from here, the whole expression will stop. So only I get a B from this one, B, A, B. Okay. So now if you are again seeing it, there will absolutely be two B's in the expression. So that is why it will not work. But I think that is, just let me derive the whole expression here. So I want triple A's. Okay. So now again, I want a A. I can stop it here by using a single A from this one. Sorry, from this one, I use a single A, but that will also cause a problem because I want three A's. Three A's are not possible. Okay, so I will again go with another A. So after A, B, A, I will get now I will, if I just want to stop it, I don't think I can get the expression. Okay, so I stop it with epsilon. So it will be A, B, A, then again A, B, A. So it is not possible to derive this particular string from this one. Okay, so you also tried, but I think that is a very good pattern if you want a balanced tree. Okay, so it is just, if you're seeing that there are also three length here, and also there is a 3 length here. So it is a good expression if you want something like this, that the length of this one is equal to this. I think that is a part of another question, but I think that will not be a valid solution. Okay, so that will not be a valid solution because it is not able to derive this string. Okay, so you also try this one at home if you are able to derive this string, but I don't think you can, because it is only valid when the equation is balanced. Okay, so balanced means there is two a's on the left hand side and two somethings on the right hand side, and there is a in the middle something is there. Okay, so that in that way it can be able to derive it, but I don't think that it can. Okay, so just check it yourself also. Okay, so I think the if you give a preference that your expression will take a 2 or 3 steps, it will be good for you, and I think don't think you will make a mistake. But if you try to do it in one step, there will always be some kind of a problem. So I'm speaking from my experience that if you try to solve it in one step, that is the starting step, there will always be a kind of a problem. So always try to do a variable in the starting and take it to the next level, because there is no compulsion that how many variables you should use. There is nothing like that. Okay, so that is the best way. I think Chirag has also given the correct one. I absolutely, but only thing that is different in Chirag expression is that Chirag is defining the epsilon. Okay, so I think in the next one, okay, so that is a very good question asked by Varun. That what is the difference between A B epsilon and A B A and epsilon? Okay. So Varun, just let me clarify you that if A tends to A slash B slash epsilon, or A tends to A and B A and then epsilon. Okay, so this one correspond to A plus B plus epsilon, and this one correspond to A plus B star. Okay, so there is only the difference between this is this. There are different these are different production rule for different languages. Okay, so this is your L1 and this is your L2 and this is your G1 and this is your G2. Okay, so there is a difference between, do not consider it like that. Okay, so I think that the difference will be very clear in Chirag expression. So Chirag had not defined the epsilon in the starting one here. Okay, so the grammar that is defined by Chirag is this one, BAB, and then there is a, then there is a B. Okay, so then there is a, and then there is a AA, and then there is a BA, and then there is epsilon. Okay, so epsilon is not defined in the starting symbol, and epsilon is defined further. So this expression is solely denoting A plus B star, but if you are not defining epsilon here, so epsilon will not be a part of this language. So there is only one mistake here, that you have to define epsilon. Okay, so because this epsilon is different, because this epsilon is denoting A plus B star. Okay, so it means that in A plus B star there is a epsilon in particularly this A. Okay, so it is just saying that for this A, it can be nothing here. So it can be smallest string. If you take this expression, the smallest string will be A. So that is defining that. But if you do not define epsilon in the starting symbol, it means now in this particular case, in this, it means that there is no epsilon in this language. Okay, so if you see the regular expression, epsilon is also starting and ending with same symbol. So only there is a difference between that. Okay, so again I am repeating myself for a little bit that if you want to include a epsilon in the language, there is always a very simple way that you write the epsilon in the starting symbol. Okay, so that is a very easy and efficient way. Okay, so another way you can also include it like S tends to A and then A tends to epsilon. That is also another way. But why do that? Because if you know that it is a part of the language, you can do it in the starting one. Okay, so that is. Okay, so that expression led me to another expression that I want to tell you. That this expression, I think that this is somehow balanced expression. If you are saying there are number of there is no number of A's and number of B's, but if you are saying at the left hand side tree and the right hand side tree, it seems like a balanced tree here. Okay, so whatever is the length of the left hand side is the length of the right hand side. Okay, So based on that, if you try to do now a language, if you remember, this is this one, the most popular language we have already done, a raised to power n, b raised to power n, n is greater than equal to, okay, 1, go with 1. Okay, so just try to write an expression for this one. I think it will be somewhat similar to this one. Okay, so I think it will be somewhat similar to this one, just a little bit of a change given, but I think it will be similar to this one. Okay, so just try this one, context free grammar. Just try to write it context free grammar for this particular language. Okay, so just take like 2-3 minutes. Okay, so I think that there is a little bit of explanation for this question and your time is up. I will discuss this question in the next lecture, so don't worry about it. So just try and write it. I will again tell you about this. Okay, so I think you can move on to the next lecture. If you have any kind of